Yeah, hello. So this is a question, or this is a question which I get very often, like, why can't we jump into defining activities without WBS? Or what is the real purpose of WBS? So I thought of explaining it for the benefit of my community. So here we start with a high level scope statement, which is part of uh, initiation. It's part of charter as well. And from here we come out with a detailed scope as part of planning, and this gets decomposed into a work breakdown structure. So this was the logical flow. And we said the lowest level in a WBS, we call it as a work package. The lowest level is known as a work package. Now, one exercise which we do in the classroom session is I keep asking the participants, like, now 10 of us are coming to your house for dinner tonight. We want homely food, and how much time, what is the typical effort required to prepare this party for 10? Generally, I get a number like 4 hours or 3 hours, something like that. When we do a WBS for organizing a get together, where one criteria is we should get homely food cooked, then okay, it is like party for 10. Then we decompose that into, maybe we have to decide on the menu, then shopping list, maybe shopping, then pre-cooking activities, then maybe cooking. Cooking itself, we have starters, main course, and the desserts. Then maybe party time, and after party cleaning. So without a WBS, and now when we estimate it, okay, now menu may take maybe, let's say, 15 minutes, shopping list maybe another 15 minutes. Shopping is easily 1 hour minimum, and then the cooking itself, starters maybe 30 minutes, main course maybe 60 minutes, desserts could be 30 minutes effort, and party time maybe that is 120 minutes. Likewise, if we estimate, definitely it is much more than the initial 4 hours. So without a WBS, if we estimate, it is very difficult. It's quite likely that we miss out a lot of things in the process. This is a throwing a party for 10 people, 10 persons at home, a get together kind of thing is the smallest project we can envisage. Typically, a small project may have, let's say, if you're talking about a 10-member team working for 6 months, and every month it is 20 working days. A small project, 10-member team working for 6 months will have 200 into 6,200 work packages. So even if we assume that each work package has an average minimum of 5 tasks each, then we are talking about 1,200 into 5, that is 6,000 tasks. So if you straight away jump into tasks without the help of a work breakdown structure, it is quite likely that we miss out a lot of things in the process. So without a WBS, it is very difficult to get an accurate estimate within plus or minus 5% accuracy levels. So it is an intermediate stage. We had the high level scope, then we have the detailed scope, and then we decompose that scope into a work breakdown structure, and from the work breakdown structure we get into the activities. Straight away, if we jump into activities, it's certain that we will miss out a lot of things. If you have to do a traceability matrix from the detailed scope to task, we'll miss out. And the missed out task in a schedule, that will definitely create issues with the deliverable of the project. So it is always a wise decision to come out with a work breakdown structure before jumping into task for a medium or a large size project. For a small project like organizing a party, straight away you can jump into the activities, not an issue. But medium to large projects without a WBS, it is very, very difficult. The WBS brings in more clarity into the scope. And while doing the WBS, sometimes we may go back to the charter, work on the budget, rework on the budgets. All those things are possible. So always the temptation could be like straight away jump into activities. That is fine with very small projects. But for medium to large scale project, definitely we need to do the WBS. Again, one aspect is if you are in the pre-sales, sometimes if you have to give an estimate for a project, we don't have the luxury of breaking everything into the activity level. So depending on the nature of the phase of the project, if you are in the pre-sale stage, if you have to give an estimate which is very accurate, then okay, we do a WBS and then give the estimate. We don't have the luxury of decomposing everything into activities. So there also the WBS holds good. And while doing WBS or at the end of the WBS, we can be very sure about what are things we can do, what are things we need help, what are things must be outsourced. So that clarity also comes out after doing a WBS. So WBS is a critical step. At least for small projects, before committing anything, take a sheet of paper, write down the breakup of it, and then estimate the small pieces together. That will be more accurate. Thank you.